Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests. I have known our superintendent since I was 13 years old at Alexander Graham Junior High School. She taught us a lot about school pride and working as a team back then. She was never too busy or too proud walking around the campus to bend over and pick up some trash and remind us of how important it was to keep the school clean. We often joked and wondered how many red and white outfits and ensembles can one person come up with. When I came back from college and I visited advanced high school, I wondered again, how many orange and navy blue outfits can one person come up with? But that was a light bulb moment. You see, usually the teams we play for, we dress out one day and let the world know what team we're a part of. But she reminded us every single day what team we were a part of and that she was there to help us win. She has always believed in her students, teachers, colleagues, staff, parents, families, and the community. Even until this day, she always asks about my mother and asks to send love and warm greetings to her. And my mother, remembering the work that they've done together to keep this guy on the right track, always has a big smile and said, please send my love right back. She has always seen and worked toward the big picture. The middle and high school years can be very pivotal for students. Knowing this, she worked with counselors and teachers to implement programs to set us on the path for success. As a student, I remember sitting in suicide prevention trainings, and she's sitting right along with us, believing that teachers and administrators should be the leading learners and not asking other people things that she wouldn't do herself. My teachers and counselors bragged about how she would hold regular home classrooms like other teachers and handwrite schedules during the summers to meet the unique needs of every student, matching with the teachers that were great in those areas. It was that type of thinking and involvement that got her recognized as Principal of the Year while I was at AG. And of course, as many of you know, she got recognized at the state and national levels as well. She has always credited her teachers, parents, staff, and students with the achievements, stating that she was the face of the great things that we accomplished together. She is the big reason why I'm a business owner and clinician today. I've admired her hard work, loyalty, dedication, and ability to lead over the years. I know her well enough to know how she operates, and I know she knows the strength of CMS and how to make it more successful. Her leadership has inspired many people over the last 30 years, including those little girls dreaming of running an entity and being leaders in their respective fields. She has never lost sight of the importance of a positive influence on the lives of others. You see, we will all touch someone else, but how we do that is the question. She has always believed in the potential of every child, and I'm a proud product of CMS and the public school education that gave me the foundation to compete at the undergraduate and graduate levels in college. I'm not sure if anyone has someone that they struggle with because they care about so much and they know they care, whether to give them a hug and you respect them so well professionally that you just want to shake their hand. But every time I see her, this is my struggle. And so I usually hug her in the beginning and shake her hand as we're leaving. And until this day, I know that has confused her, and she just walks away in my mind wondering, that guy's weird. He's been weird since he's been about that high. And if I could share one personal story before I bring her up. While I was at AG, contrary to popular belief, I wasn't a perfect student. But we had these school dances that I loved to go to. And one time I got in trouble, got on a naughty list, and I could not go to this dance. But I decided I was going anyway. And I found a ticket on the floor, and in my infinite 8th grade wisdom, I wrote my real name on the ticket. And I went home and I lied to my mom and told her I could go. And I turned that in proudly about 9 o'clock that night at the dance. And it took all of 3 seconds for Coach Ray to find me and haul me down to the office, into the waiting arms of the principal. Of course, the principal has to call your parents. And she called my mom and they discussed how I was not supposed to be there and how I would get home. But my mother doesn't drive. And they discussed options of how I would get home. And she did not delegate that to someone else. She decided she would take me herself. the significant piece of that is the neighborhood that we stayed in at the time, and I will not say that neighborhood, but it has a negative reputation even to today, and in the 90s, it was even worse. So someone trying to take me home would easily try to give that to someone else, but she decided to do it. As we went through the neighborhood and we kind of turned street by street, usually this is the point that someone would get nervous. And I look over to her and I found her unafraid, but focused on the mission of bringing her student home safely. I've seen that look on her face many times over the years. Fearless and focused on the mission. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and help me welcome to the podium the woman that knows the importance of student achievement, that knows the importance of parent and community involvement, the lady that lives the vision and mission statement of CMS, the person that lets you know every day that she is fighting and working for our team, the person that I am honored to introduce but needs no introduction, our superintendent, Ms. Ann Clark.